What's up guys, it's Cobalt here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you 8 new customs currently up for sale in my eBay shop. You can find the link to my eBay as a whole down below in the description, along with an individual link to all of these customs. If none of these interest you, but you still want to support me by purchasing a custom, you can also find a link to my Etsy shop where I take commissions, and basically I can make anything that you want. But before I show you the brand new customs, I'm going to show you the customs that have already been up in my shop for a bit. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. Okay, I'm not going to take them out of their protective bags because I've already done a full video showing all of them, so go watch one of my previous ones of these. But we have this bull. He's a partial repaint of the Five Below bull. This lamb is a partial repaint of the one that comes in the pet pairs with the collie. There is this weird cat that's got some horns and spikes. We have a tiger inspired by K-pop demon hunters. This blue and brown dog with some sculpted hair, which honestly I'm really surprised this one hasn't sold yet, not gonna lie. Then there are the twin Scottish Fold kitties. This one over here is a partial of the one that comes in the pet pairs with the Cocker Spaniel, and the other one with the green eyes is a partial of the one from the blind boxes. And last but not least is this little kitten, which does currently have a bid on it that ends tonight, so this is probably your last chance to get this one if you're interested. Alright, first up for the new customs is this partial repaint here. There are 2 partial customs in this batch, and then the rest are fully painted. But this is definitely the most simple of all the customs, so here is a full turnaround. I really love the way that this one came out. Definitely helps that it's a partial of an LPS that I love, which is this one right here. It is one of the new G7 pets that came in the most recent advent calendar for 2025. I ended up with 2 of them, so I decided to do a partial of the second one. So just by looking at them, you can tell what I painted, but it was of course this little white tip on the ears, the brown inside the ears, the brown little eyebrows, the new white face marking, the eyes of course, and the brown nose and the white tip on the tail. I really like it. I do really like the teal eyes that the original one has, but I think that the green eyes suit it very well as well, and I just wanted to put more of the brown from the paws into the rest of the design. But yeah, I think this one is very cute. Next up is this head swap custom made from fake bases. It is a Siberian Husky head on a wolf cat body. I ordered some Siberian Husky bases and then one of them just came like this, so instead of complaining I was like, I'll just customize it as is. And I think this is actually a really cute head swap. I like it a lot. The head is a little bit big, but I just think that she is really cute. I really love the way that I painted the eyes too. I think the Siberian Husky LPS just in general have a really nice eye shape, but I just think that the eyes turned out like really soft and they're very glossy as well. So she's just 2 simple shades of brown, and then I added a little bit of pink into the design with the little heart fur shapes in the ears, a little blush on the cheeks. There's some pink in her eyes as well, and then the other accent details are with this blue color, and she's got some blue paws as well. And then the blue paint that I used for those accent details I used to base coat this LPS right here. So it's a very like blue-gray color that I ended up mixing, and I still had some left over, so I wanted to use it up before it dried up because I thought that it was a really pretty color. This custom is totally giving me Blue Star vibes, aside from the fact that she has 6 legs. So this is inspired by LPS Emily. She made a LPS species called a cant, which is a cat head on an ant body, which I thought was really fun. So she used a different cat head on her custom, but I decided to use the Persian cat head because I really like that head, and then of course the ant body, and then the tail is the tail from the Persian cat as well, and the antennas on the head are from the ant. She does have a little bit of sculpting. There's a few extra fur details sculpted around the antennas, some fur on the chest, and then some fur around the tail, just to blend all of those glued on parts into the base a little bit more, and obviously add some more fur onto the places where it doesn't really look like she has fur, especially considering that, again, I used the Persian cat base and that is supposed to be a fluffy looking cat. I wanted to do something a little bit different with the eyes again. I feel like a lot of the pre-made customs that I make nowadays are just to experiment with different colors and just mess around with the eyes and do some fun things. I also really like the yellow color that I used here in the eyes, and I think they turned out really pretty. They're quite detailed too if you look up close, which I really like. And then I made her nose a little heart shape, and would you believe it, she's also got some pop heads on the bottom, which were very fun to paint just because of how many there are. I think it is so cute. Then we have this little guy, which I'm only going to talk about briefly because I actually have a full video up on my channel making this custom. But this is another fun, wacky head swap, also partially inspired by LPS Emily because, again, she makes a lot of videos where she head swaps 2 completely random pets, and it doesn't seem like something that's gonna work, but then she ends up making something super cute. So this is a head swap between a mini fake collie and a triplet turtle. I don't know what exactly inspired me to do this specific head swap, but I just really like the shape of the turtle's body, and the feet literally already look like paws. Like, I did not do any modifications to make the feet look like that. So I was like, you know what, this guy needs a dog head. And as for sculpting, I sculpted his little head hair, his chest fluff, the fur on the legs, and his little tail. And then the design and colors are inspired by a painted turtle. Again, if you guys want to go check out that video, click the cards up here to go and give it a watch. And then we have another one of my Possum customs. It has been a long time since I made a Possum, but I absolutely love these guys. I'm not a fan of the actual LPS Possum base figures, so every time I make a Possum, I make them from a Ferret base, and then I resculpt the tail, and I think it looks absolutely perfect. So there is the tail. I decided to go with kind of like a brown color scheme. It's obviously still gray and still has those like standard Possum colors, but obviously like the face marking and the tail and stuff, those are made with brown. And then the gray that I have used is a lot more of a warmer gray, a very like brownish ashy color. And then I also added in these pink details because I thought those were cute as well, and I love the little speckles on his tail. That's why I also decided to add the freckle markings on the face and then the little eyebrows. So yeah, I absolutely love painting these guys, so I have a lot of Ferret bases. I'll probably end up making more of them. Of course, on the bottom, he has his paw pads as well, and I really love his green eyes. The more I paint customs, the more I realize that green-eyed LPS are definitely my favorite. Here's the other partial custom that I mentioned earlier in the video, although this one actually does have some sculpted parts. So honestly, there's not really a reason why this one had to be a partial. I just like the original blue base color and wanted to keep that in the Littlest Pet Shop, but most of it again is completely new. And this is another repaint of a double that I had from the advent calendar. So this is what it originally looked like, and this is what it looks like now. I sculpted the hair, which I really love. I think it's super fun. And then I sculpted the tail as well, although honestly the tail is giving me rooster vibes, like it looks like tail feathers. So you can see that the light gray or cream face marking is still there. The black nose is still there, although I think I did repaint it a little bit and I made it glossy obviously. And then that blue color for the base is still there as well. So then as for the design, I think this is actually the same color as I used on the cat ant. Yes, it is. So that was just me using up that color again. And then I incorporated this cool dark maroon color that I have that I really like, that I feel like I don't use very often. That's on the paw pads as well. And then this like bright teal color, which I also really like. The eyes again are like super crazy, but I think they're cool. For the eye shines, I added these holographic flower glitters, and I don't really know what's going on here, but it's got kind of like a goth or alternative vibe, which I'm a fan of. Here's the second to last custom for the video. It's another little guy. This one is supposed to be a lion cub, so it is made from a fake kitten base, and I sculpted the hair, the cheek fluff, and of course the little tuft of fur on the tail to make it actually look like a lion. This one does have some painted paw pads, of course. It's got the little freckles. I really love the hair. I think that's my favorite part of the sculpting on this guy at least. But aside from that, he's very simple, although I do really love the eyes. Again, super simple, but I'm very happy with how clean they came out. And the final custom for today's video is this one. It is made from one of those other types of dachshunds with the larger heads, although this one is a sticker-eyed pet, so I got to do whatever I wanted with the face, and we ended up with this. The back and stuff is very simple, but everything that is mostly going on is what you can see here. I don't really know like what the vibe was, but I really do love painting sticker-eyed LPS because then I can just do whatever I want and make a funky little guy, and that is absolutely what I did here. There's yellow paw pads, of course, to incorporate more yellow into the design. I just really like whatever this like sun or star shape on the head is, and I like the eyebrows. I love customs with eyebrows. Super cool, super unique, very fun to paint. And those are all the new customs that I have to share with you guys. Again, links to all of these will be down below in the description, so if you want to purchase any of them, that would help me out a lot. Honestly, at this point, just by watching this video helps me, because this year I finally decided to monetize my YouTube channel after like forever, and you guys are the best, so I really appreciate it. Oh, and before I forget, this is probably going to be my last one of these videos for a bit, because I'm actually doing an art market in the beginning of March in Santa Monica, so if you're in the area, you might want to go check that out. More info to come in regards to that over on my Instagram story, but of course anything that's left over from that will be put up on my eBay shop in the future. If you're not going to buy any of these customs, at least let me know down below in the comments which one was your favorite, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!